go live here this morning. It's early here this morning. I'm having my first cup of coffee of the day. Just thought I'd get on here and say hello to you folks a little bit. Common Law Court of Canada stuff's going well. We're still working hard at it. I've started back to work full time, so it's kind of taken a back seat, sort of. Not really, because I'm still building files for everybody. We've got 7 members right now. So we're getting everything together. We're getting the membership together. We're getting all the stuff pieces, the loose ends tied up. Gordy's quite busy. He's got a bunch of things on his plate at the moment. And actually, that's one of the reasons I'm out right and about this morning. I'm going to help him. He's going to move some of his property around there, and some of it hasn't been running in a long time. So me as a mechanic, I figured I'd go down and give him a hand. That's just what brothers do for each other. You know what I mean? Without, want of payment or anything like that. But anyway, Morning Prairie. I want to talk about assumptions for a second here. When you go to court, if you have to go to court as a common law man or woman, you got to understand that there's some key assumptions and presumptions that the court is assuming about you. Even though you say you're there by special appearance, they still assume that stuff. I've got a list of them. There's many more we don't know about. So at the very end of that, when we give our spiel, we say that we don't accept any known or unknown assumptions or presumptions. But in any case, they're assuming all kinds of things. And in law, in common law and in regular law, whatever that is, admiralty law, if you don't rebut their presumption, it stands. So it is the law in court if you don't rebut it. It has to be rebutted verbally, or you can do it in writing, but the best way is just to stand up and do your spiel, much like if you watched our court video, what Gordy had all prepared to say there. It was a big, long spiel rebutting all the presumptions. And one of the presumptions, and one of the key ones, is the oath of office. So you don't understand that these lawyers and these attorneys and whatnot, they have a superior oath to the Bar Society. That trumps any and all other oaths. So that's a conflict of interest. They're there, they say, to represent you to the court as a living fiction, because you're a dead entity. You've given them power of attorney by hiring them in the first place. And now they don't even have an oath to you. They have an oath to a higher bar society. So how do you expect to win in there? It's never going to happen. Okay? It's never going to happen. So anyway, this is why common law teachings are so important. And this is why people need to spend time in your daily lives to learn common law. I've given you guys lots of references, lots of places you can go to look. One of the best is still living in the private. If you go to Dogpile and you type in living in the private, you'll see a whole PDF come up there, a whole article come up there with all kinds of lovely things in it. You should know them back to front, front to back, and be able to say them without even looking at them. But anyway, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about. That, and there's some real big things happening in private, in secret right now. The country is starting to move. I can't go into any more detail than that, but there's some big things on the horizon that you guys should be aware of. So like I was saying, get some food stored up, get some water, get anything you think you may need in order to survive. If there's happens to be a grid down situation, it could be weeks or months before the power gets restored. We don't know. So be prepared for everything, every type of scenario in your mind, be prepared. And lastly, but not least, digital ID, digital currency, CBDCs. This is the hill, in my opinion, that you need to die on. And I'm not saying everybody needs to die. I'm saying you do not cross this line. Okay? Listen to my words. If you cross this line and enroll in CBDCs, digital currency, digital banking, it's over. You're now a slave. For good. It's over. Everything you do from that moment forward is going to be tracked. And it won't be any time at all before they'll have you in a 15-minute city, and you'll only be able to go within 15 minutes of your city without express written permission. Do not accept CBDCs or digital money. Okay, fight against it. We took our cash and went down to the credit union and put it in there. Now, I'm not saying they're not part of the scheme, the credit union, but they seem to be legit so far. So that's just my experiences with that. But don't submit, no matter what they promise. They're going to start promising people debt forgiveness and vacations, and just like they did with the you-know-what, right? Get a free burger and fries if you let us put our garbage in you, right? And that's been their dream ever since man was created, was to tie this, the physical flesh and blood being, to their fraud, their criminal fraud known as the birth certificate. And that's exactly what they want, because they own all the patents on that stuff that's inside you now. They own all the patents. So if they own the patents, what does that mean? Right? They own that bit of you, right? I know some people won't see it that way, but that's the truth. And I'm just going to tell you guys from a personal standpoint, the time for rallies and for picnics and for freedom activities, protests is over. It's done. There's nothing effective that has come out of those in the last 3 years. So you need to be getting together with your like-minded folks and having, in the middle of a field, campfire discussions with no telephones or no technology at all about what you're going to do next. And those are the types of conversations you need to start having with each other, guys. We're at that point. So I'm just telling you that. Yeah, Saturday morning. But if you haven't heard from us in a while, that's why. I'm saying we've been pretty busy here. But we haven't forgotten about you. Those of you that haven't gotten your paperwork in, keep working on it. One of my recent videos in the description is the Common Law Court of Canada address. You can send those documents via mail if you want. Gordy checks the P.O. box every day here, I think, or every second day. Or you can email them to me at ironcrow1972@gmail.com. And each one we receive that wants to be in the CCC, I make them their own individual file folder. And I keep all their information private in that folder. I put all their documentation in there. So when we discuss the membership fees, once the fee's paid, we will start processing your documents and getting your travel packages, your road packages out to you. We also, like I said, have access to a surety bond for those of you who wish to drive without the provincial registration and the government-sponsored insurance companies, and you wish to operate with a private surety bond. We can assist you with that. We can also assist you with your own private license plates that'll say Common Law Court of Canada. And the great thing about a membership society, like we were saying, is you can put your vehicle, your property, inside a revocable trust, which means you can remove it anytime you wish. But inside that trust, it's held by the trust. So that vehicle is no longer private property. It's held by another outside agent, trust company, us. So they have no rights then to tow it on the side of the road for any so-called infractions. And that's all they are. They're not crimes, because if they were crimes, there would be a injured party, right? That's the only thing you got to remember. Acts and statutes are not criminal. They are internal government suggestions more than anything. They do not apply to men and women. Okay, that is a 100% fact. I'll argue that with anybody all day, every day. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to tell you for now. We love you guys, and we genuinely do. We want to see everybody free. We want to see everybody happy. We want to see everybody successful in their daily lives, and we want to see people to rise up again in this country and take control of it and get it back into the rightful hands, which is the hands of the people and not the tyrants. So that's why we continue getting dressed every morning and putting one foot in front of the other, right? So anyway, just a quick little update video for you guys. Love you guys very much. We'll see you real soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.